All right, guys, for our last video of the short video series, we are going to look at how to both move your Google Slides into different folders to help us keep organized. And also we're going to be looking at how to share your document with your instructor, which is really important because you both, one, need to know how to turn it into them, but two, just because you turn slides in, it doesn't actually mean your instructor can necessarily open it. And so we need to make sure that you're sharing in a way that gives your instructor the ability to see your work so that they can then give you feedback and or a grade. So let's start with moving into a folder. So here, if I go to File and go to Move, it opens up my folders, and I have a series of folders that I can go to. So I have Freshman Academy, and I have all these different folders that I have. I can go into Seminar, and I can file my Google slide in my Freshman Seminar folder, and I just click Move there, and it will be moved. And so that's how you can keep yourself really organized. Again, when you have a Google slide, you go to Move, and that allows for you to organize this into the folder that you want. Easy peasy. So the other thing we want to cover is how to share your document with your instructor. So there is this button up here called Share. So I click on this, and you'll see that, oh, I've already turned this into 19 of my teachers, self 5. Good job, me. But say I want to turn this into Miss Stokes. And so what I would do is I would type in Stokes at the top here, and I would choose Jessica Stokes. And when I click that, I can either make her a viewer, or I guess I can make myself a viewer, which means that I can only look at it. Commenter, which means I can give comment feedback on it, or editor. Generally, you should allow your teachers to be editors because it gives us the most freedom to give you really easy feedback. We're not going to change anything without your permission. We're just going to help you out. And so we can put editor here. If I ever need to type a note, hey, Miss Stokes, you are a great human. Aw, thanks, me. And so then I can click send, and it shares it and emails it to me. And then I click share anyway. And so that is how I can share to myself. Another thing that you can change is here, your general access. So if I go here to general access, right now it's restricted, which means that only the teachers that I have directly shared this with can access it. The other option I have is Research Triangle High School. What that would mean is that anybody who's using a Research Triangle High School email address could open this up if I send them the link. And last but not least, anyone with link means that anyone on the internet, no matter what their email address is, if I send them the link, they can open the document. And you can also control whether they are a viewer, commenter, or editor. So the reason why this might be really helpful is if you have a really big group and you want to make sure everyone in it can edit, you can do anyone with a link, or probably more likely if you're working in a group, Research Triangle High School, and make them editors. But generally, if it's work, that's your work and you want to keep it protected, I would suggest doing restricted access and adding the people directly who you want to be able to comment or edit. For the Research Triangle High School or anyone with a link, that'll become really handy if you're ever a club leader and you need large groups of people to be able to access something that you've created. Otherwise, stick with the restricted option and add your people. And then last but not least, if you want to have a link specifically towards your document, you hit copy link. It will copy it and you can paste it into an email or wherever you need it, and people will be able to click on the link and go to your document. And that is how you share. The copy link is very useful if your teachers are asking you to submit something through Summit. But I want to talk about this really quickly. So say I was not on here. I had not shared with Miss Stokes. If I just copy the link and turn it into Summit, that does not mean my teacher can open it. I must add my teacher here. I must add them in this field right here and click on their name and make them an editor or commenter and send it to them if I want them to be able to open it. So turning in your link in Summit is not enough. You have to add your teacher here so they can actually open the document. So that's a big one. Make sure you know it so that you can successfully turn in your work and that it's not marked late or missing. All right, I hope this helped. I'll see you guys later. Bye.